Every time I say something that's extremely truthful out loud, it literally breaks the internet. So what are we getting all of the rest of the time? When you hear about slavery for 400 years, that sounds like a choice. Like, you was there for 400 years and it's all of y'all? You know, like, it's like we're mentally imprisoned. Like, people were taught how to think, we're taught how to feel. We don't know how to think for ourselves. We don't know how to feel for ourselves. People say feel free, but they don't really want us to feel free.
So Kanye West was making sense, but it just went over everybody's head. It just amazes me how weak people think black people are, our ancestors are. Even some black people go along with this nonsense. Like, you really think our ancestors would tolerate being abused like that and not do anything about it? We would have burned down the entire South. But no, let's listen to racist, bigoted people who did not like us. And then let's not even talk about slavery. What did they say about our history? We didn't do anything in history. So if you believe what they say about slavery, then that means you believe what they say about our history. Basically, we didn't do anything in history. We're just slaves and barbarism in Africa. Right? When I say this to people in comments, they don't want to respond. If you believe what they say about slavery, then you must believe that black people are inferior, uncivilized, and have no significant history to speak of, because that's what they've been saying for the longest time. And nobody wants to answer the question. Do you believe that? Nobody wants to answer the question. Right? So Kanye West is a free thinker. He knew what he was saying. And then other people just want to jump on him. He was making perfect sense. There's no way that black people would tolerate being abused like that for decades. Let's not talk about centuries. For decades upon decades, and we're not going to do anything about it. There was only a small amount of people that were actually rebelling. The vast majority of black people didn't do much of anything. Are you kidding me? And then we find out that the slave narratives are mostly positive. And I know that they're mostly positive. I haven't read all of them, but I know that they're mostly positive because there are historians that are trying to find excuses for this. Again, black people are exaggerating, or black people, they just don't know what they're talking about. You know, they're indoctrinated and stuff like that. Like, no, you know, if you're constantly being abused like that, I mean, a huge race, the entire race is pretty much attacked in that manner. There's no way that we wouldn't burn down the entire South. But they're acting like, no, we tolerated this crap. And what also gets on my nerves is that they're going to tell you in prison documentaries that prisoners have a certain amount of control over the prison. We know that slaves were far more freer than prisoners now. Right? But in prison documentaries, they're going to tell you that prisoners have a certain amount of control over the prison. But black people under slavery, no, they didn't have any kind of control because they're so stupid, right? Because black people are so stupid. That's the narrative, basically. Also, the narrative is that, like, oh, well, every other nation can actually come to the New World because they know how to build boats. But Africans, throughout all their history, they didn't know how to build boats, and they needed help by light-skinned people to come to the New World. This is basically what they're saying about the whole slave trade, and a lot of black people are going along with this nonsense because of indoctrination. But Kanye West is a free thinker and saying that, no, like, this doesn't make any sense. There was all y'all? You didn't do anything? Sounds like a choice. Yes, exactly. Exactly, it sounds like a choice. We're being brutalized on the regular, and we pretty much don't do anything. Only a few of us do something about it. The slave rebellions that you hear about. There should be thousands of rebellions. We should have burned down the entire South if we were treated that way. But, like the Southerners say, no, black people are actually doing well under slavery. Well, that makes sense. That makes total sense. But no, we're going to believe racist, bigoted people who did not like black people and did not like the Southerners. Wow.